He's given up.
We keep him heavily sedated.
But there is a reason for that.
He's too smart for them.
You won't be lonely anymore.
You have two new friends.
Okay, why did you change so much the tone between Unbreakable and Split from Glass?
Well, they're each their own movies, you know, so Unbreakable had a kind of a quiet, somber. Each one is about a different character. That's also a thing you should know. So David's story about Unbreakable is a somber one. He's not feeling great about things. And then Split is about this really kinetic, weird, scary guy. So it's going to have this weird scariness to it. And Glass is the kind of about the mind and philosophy. So it has a totally different vibe to it because it's Mr. Glass.
You get to do like a superhero movie, but you shoot the action in a very different way from other super productions with less cuts and the point of view changing. Why did you do it like that?
You know, where you lose me in a comic book movie is the final fight. That's where you lose me almost every single time. Not everyone, but most of them you lose me because that's where it goes kitchen sink, everything. All value systems of the movie go out and it just becomes everybody fighting everybody. I don't even understand what's happening and why. And I wanted to, you know, for me, I'm not an action guy. That's not what excites me, you know, but character movement does. So the fight has to be an extension of character issues. So I shoot it with suspense and we really oriented, hey, this is the moment where the Beast proves that he is stronger than those that haven't been traumatized. So this is where he's beating David, you know, that kind of thing. And then David, who questions whether he's even this strong at all, suddenly sees that his son is hurt or whatever. I'm making up something, but you know that this idea, it has to be about characters. And Mr. Glass, why he wants this all to happen, why is it important to him that he knows he's not a mistake? So it needs to be an extension of the important things in the character's movement for me. And so I shoot it very carefully. Every single shot is sketched and worked out. Normally when you shoot action, you shoot multiple cameras and then you edit together in a visceral way and why that normally works is because when something happens to us, a car accident or something, we only get fragmentary understanding of what's happening. We see the next car, we see the spinning, we see this, right? So cutting really works in action sequences because that's the way we feel. But I'm kind of doing the longer drawn out version, like in Unbreakable, there's a long one shot where he's choking out the orange man. That's only one shot, the big action sequence. And we followed that philosophy a lot in Glass.
And also color is really important. Why did you choose each color for each character?
Well, you know, first of all, like I chose the colors green because of life-giving, purple because of kind of royalty, the use of purple and royalty, and the ochre color, the yellow color for the Beast, because of the kind of its use in holy ceremonies, like with the Hindu ceremonies and with the monk robes, or that color, that pungent color. But overall, it's from the philosophy that every element of cinema is important. Filmmaking is all the art forms together. It's dance, it's painting, you name it. It's costumes, it's all, everything needs to be thought of. If you're not thinking about it, you're undermining its value. So all the thought needs to happen to it. You know, I find making movies incredibly complicated, and I get frustrated when I see a frame from anyone or anything on even TV or anything where that thought has not been put in, or that 3 different people have chose it, or it was not thought of at all, you know?
How much of yourself is there in Mr. Glass?
A lot. A lot of Mr. Glass is me. Thinking about philosophy, anticipating things, you know. Probably I anticipate things too much. I mean, I'm always paranoid. But, you know, thinking of things as a chess game and things like that. So it's fun. It was fun. Obviously, it's very fun to write Mr. Glass.
I heard there were a lot of script that you change a lot of versions. How much of the first idea you have is missing from this movie?
You know, it's funny. I do many drafts of every screenplay. So you know, Sixth Sense was 10 drafts. Every screenplay is a lot of drafts. Probably the average is probably I would say the shortest one is 6, and the most is like 12 or 13, that kind of thing. So it's always in that pocket. This fell more into the bottom category. So Signs was 6, this was probably 7, 8. So in the smaller version of it. So, and that's because I knew the characters really well. So, you know, the only thing that really changed was the format of the movie being kind of like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's the only thing that really changed. But otherwise, the movement of what happens was always what I was intending.
It has begun, David. I found someone who will require your full potential. You shouldn't be hiding in the shadows. You might want to try and stop us. A lot of people are going to die.